What it do, guys? Manjoume here, and today we're checking out the Unicorn Overlord Monarch Edition for the Xbox Series X. Now, the reason we're putting this on a board game, physical, tabletop game sort of channel is because of one of the goodies that this thing comes with. But let's first open it up. Now, the reason I finally did get this game, including this version in particular, is because of said games that it comes with. Now, let's get this plastic off and cement the fact that I bought this. Now, this is just a slipcover to see what is underneath, but before we get there, let's take a look at all this. So you have the front cover of the game. Not much is different, it's just scaled up. Now on the side is actually where we see all the cool stuff. The Monarch Edition comes with the outer box, which we're about to see, the art book, the card game, which is honestly the whole reason I got this, and ultimately decided, you know what, why not? The 16-bit arranged music album, love soundtracks, especially for RPGs, always great to listen to, and a Atlas/Vanillaware Heraldry pack. And I think that's just DLC, and that's kind of cool, I guess, but not the main star. The main star for me is going to be the soundtrack, the card game, and of course, the game itself. The other side says the same. Liberate your kingdom, reclaim your destiny. A fallen prince shall rise again. Ring of legend lighting his path. Traverse an expansive world and lead your army to victory. Over 60 characters, humans, elves, massive beasts, and angels. Battle players across the world in the online arena. Now, I don't imagine I'm going to be doing that anytime soon. This was a rather clearanced out item, but as a standalone product, I'm sure it's going to be just fine. So let's get this into the outer box, because this is the slipcover. And yeah, it looks really cool, and it is reminiscent. Well, maybe not this part, although this does look pretty cool. This side is reminiscent of like an envelope where they have that wax and the stamp. This side has an insignia, which, having not played the game, I'm sure is significant towards something. Okay, is that... okay, that, I think that is magnetic. Pretty sure, because that does not open on its own accord, which is pretty rad. Let's do this. And first thing you get is the game itself in a normal package. Nothing at all new about that. In fact, it is literally that, which is cool. You know, that's all it has to be. The other side is literally the back side, so we'll set that aside for now and just pick that up, and we'll get the rest of the package. This is, oops, almost picked up everything. Unicorn Overlord 16-bit arranged album. And no, yeah, that's pretty cool. And is this multiple things? I think it's just, oh, it's just like one long slipcover thing. So let's get a cut in here. Okay, so I got a slit going. I don't want to have to put a blade to this more than I really have to, because that's just gonna have the higher potential to ruin this. And I'm afraid I didn't quite get it. Okay, that got it. Here is the Unicorn Overlord 16-bit arranged album. Open it up and there's a disc, some cool artwork. Open it up and we have disc 2, so you can see the soundtrack listings for disc 1, which is red, and disc 2, which is blue. On this card, there's nothing on the back, so I don't know why they did it like that in particular. But hey, that works, I suppose, and then you do that to put it away. It's weird because of how long it is. It's not like a normal CD would be like maybe that much. So having that much more space just makes it so it doesn't fit with other CDs. Although I guess you could say, you know, it always just stays here, so it really doesn't matter. So moving on to the next item, we have the art book, which is very substantial and actually pretty heavy. Have a forward, cool character stuff, a lot of artwork. This is legitimately very impressive for what they include in here. Although I'm sure most of this is going to be spoilers toward the characters that are in the game. Oh, hey, what do you know? And no, it's pretty cool. If you're really into this game, this has plenty of content and characters that even equipment stuff and a little guide toward it, an artwork, of course. And oh yeah, that's really cool. Oh, that's pretty cool. Like food stuff, the cuisine, items, oh, the different weapons, I suppose, icons for them. That is not bad, and that's also pretty cool stuff. So, substantial art book that, you know, you can take a look at every once in a while. Now, the biggest thing that I got this for is right here, and if I can get it out, I'm wondering where that DLC is. I'm wondering if it was inside the game itself, which it could be. So I think that's kind of it for the packaging. Here we have the Unicorn Overlord card game. Now, I was very impressed that this came with an entire card game. Granted, it may not be an expansive card game, it may not be overly complicated, but it comes with an old card game, which is always really cool to me. And let's take a look at the box. 2 to 4 players, so you need another person, of course, to play it, but it can go up to 4. 30 minutes to 2-hour games. I can't imagine this hitting that 2-hour mark. Maybe 30 minutes, I think, is more reasonable. And ages 10 plus. Now let's take a look at the side. There's not too much going on here. Contents is card game ×1. This is not going to be like a TCG or CCG or anything like that. This is going to be like Uno or some kind of variant of it. So let's open up the box. Okay, good. You have a rule book. Like I would probably hope so. And I'll be completely honest, this is already a little bit more than I would have expected. You have your card backs, you have the front, game setup, might markers, choice markers, starting character marker, which actually has, what are those things called, meeple? It actually has a meeple in here. Critical pile, building a starting deck. Oh my god, is this like a deck building game? This actually might be more interesting than I initially thought. Draw phase, I mean, that's what you want to have. Draw phase, territory phase, battle phase, result phase, and the exclusive end phase. Then you have, I'm guessing those are points that you build up. This is actually pretty cool, like an interesting way to turn an RPG into a real-life card game. And I know there's been attempts in the past, but this is actually pretty interesting. I don't know if that's supposed to be in Japanese there. That may have been them forgetting to translate it. Not 100% sure on that, but well, oh wow. Okay, so destroying a discarded card, cemetery, unit cemetery, item cemetery, territory cemetery, advanced play. What is that? Okay. This, man, that is actually really cool. Game designed by Yukitsuna Maeda, manga by Sho Matsumoto. Oh, that's kind of cute. Oh, this just came out of something. The Unicorn Overlord card game. Teach me, Professor Joseph. This gives you a little preview on how to play the game. And game setup guide. This just tells you what the battlefield looks like for each player. So each player has battlefield in columns, province, deck, renowned cards, might, critical cards, reference cards, discard pile. It's weird that the deck is here and the discard pile is all the way over there. Usually in most card games they're going to be right next to each other, so at first, before seeing that, I would have thought that that was renowned cards. It would have been just a fun way to say discard pile. It is not, and that is actually kind of interesting. So these are probably the meeple and other token things. It's a nice little baggie, I guess. Yeah, that's them. Oh, okay, so it's a clear meeple. It's kind of neat. Let's see, 100, 50, 50, 50, and I think these are just clear cubes. I mean, they're all pretty cool, and you could substitute whatever you want, but this will get you through playing a normal game, so that's really neat. And appreciative that it comes with it. Did something rip? Like, how did these... I think this is this is definitely the smallest pile, so it came somehow dislodged from here, so I guess since you're so willing to come out. Taking a look at the cards, this is what I assume is a basic one. We have a fighter with what I would think is 2 cost, a fighting unit, and yeah, it's a starter card. The back of the card says Unicorn Overlord card game, very cool. And size-wise comparison, I have a Digimon card right here, which are standard size, and yeah, the same exact size. So it is a standard size card. So if you were to sleeve these, you would use standard size sleeves. Of course, if you do that, it will not fit in here anymore. You have the House Carl, which is 2 axe units. So you only see 3 of those. Soldiers, spear units. Maybe there's a House Carl somewhere else, because I'm guessing there's going to be 4 since they're starting units. Fighters, yeah, 3 of those. There's the other House Carl. Hoplip. This card earns double might from shield combatant bonus, so he actually has shield there. Okay, we have Sword Fighter, critical unit. Sells sword, he sells sword, I would imagine. Werewolf, that's pretty cool. They did say there were other types of creatures. Were-owl, I don't like that. Were-fox, I mean, I get it. Were-bear, that one's funny. Griffin Knight, I mean, I get it. There's a griffin, there's the knight, presumably. It's cool. Wyvern Knight, same concept. Witch, yeah. Wizard. Shaman, that's pretty cool, actually. What's stuck? Dark Knight. Radiant Knight, kind of the other side of that. Knight. Oh yeah, there is just Knight. Thief. Hunter. Arbalist. Let's see. Warrior. Gladiator. Cleric. Feather Sword. That's kind of neat. Conceptually. Feather Staff. I see a theme. Feather Bow. Feather Shield. Wow, that's kind of cool. Is there just 1 or is there 2? There is 2, okay. Elven Fence Male. Elven Fence Female. Elven Archer Male. And you guessed it, Elven Archer Female. Ooh, draw 1. Draw a card. Okay, these are both draw cards. So I'm going to guess pretty decent. The next set, we start with a coin purse with gold. That's a starting item, so I'm going to guess 4. Oh wait, we probably start with more. More than 1 in the deck. Yeah, there's multiples. Oh, other starting card is Hollowed Corn Ash. Okay, probably just 1 each. Steel Sword, so now we're getting to the items that you can buy. Steel Spear. Steel Axe. Steel Staff. Steel Bow. Steel Great Shield. Courser's Reins. Black Iron Sword. Black Iron Shield. Daemon's Shackles. Archbishop's Mitre. Elite Beret. Elite Beret. Sanguine Blade. Cursed Barrette. Mirage Great Shield. Earrings of Pursuit. Resurrection Orb, that's probably good. Exchange this card with 1 card from your discard pile, then resolve that card's effect. That's kind of neat. The Gold Ore, so yeah, 3 activations. Camping Set, pretty cool. Stardust Hourglass. Farsight Crystal. Revenge Armlet. Empowering Draught. Warrior's Medallion. Raven's Plume. Military Treatise. This card gains 2 combatant icons of your choosing, which can stack. So I guess you can just pick 2 of the same ones. It's kind of neat. Charming Warding, Idealist Hand Mirror, Dew of Strength, a few of those, and Thief's Mantle. Pretty cool. I'm incredibly tempted with any single card game that I get to sleeve them up, at the very least a single sleeve. For something like this that is going to be a standalone set, I wouldn't mind just going with a clear sleeve. Although that in mind, the size is going to get exponentially gigantic. So that creates an issue of where do I store them. So that's something I'm going to have to kind of figure out. So here are the renowned cards. Okay, so round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is red. Final round bonus. Final round bonus. This might be like part of a point system. Critical. Yeah, not too sure. Oh, these have different card backings, which... Okay, that's still part of the normal card backing. Then you have these critical cards, which have different card backings as well. So that's something you have to keep in mind. Oh, here is individual characters. These must be what is those clear cubes for to put them over here, and then you can still see where you're at. I'm not sure what this might designate, but I'm assuming this is like kind of a point system. Then we have reference cards, which is always good when you're starting a new game. The front side is a reference card, which is really good for starting players and, starting any kind of new game. The back shows icon effects. So what does that mean? The draw card, destroy card, destroy, burning, curse, critical, and the gold token card. So really cool stuff. Then the last stack, we have some territory cards, and these are starting cards. Town. Makes sense, you start at town. There's village, which is not starting. Cathedral. Encampment. Wasteland. Lake. Walled city. Snowfield. Oh, there's an icon there too. That's kind of neat. Plains. Ooh, okay. Forest. Elven Forest. Fortress. Church. Harbor. Kind of neat here. Ruins. Desert. Forest of Thorns. Oh, it can inflict poison. We have curse cards here. Oh, I guess this is just curses. Is this a different curse? It looks different. But no, I think they're just the same. Yeah, these are just various curse. They're kind of like a weakness, I guess, in other card games, or vulnerabilities, or I don't know, it would be a weakness and a vulnerability. Or no, that was a weakness. I think this is akin to a weakness or like a wound, depending on the card game that you're playing. Deck building game, rather. Yeah, I think these are all... Okay, no, actually there's Burning. A Burning card, its own kind of card. Ooh, the territory on it is rendered inactive because it's been burned down. That is terrible. Is there any advanced version of Burning? Or no, Burning is just it. I guess that's as bad as it gets. I'm actually really excited to play this because this, again, was ultimately the reason I decided to say, you know what, I think I will buy this. I did get this on Woot. I'm going to try to get this video out pretty quickly so that if you want to play either the video game itself, which is always great, or this card game in particular, you can go ahead and buy it on Woot. It is severely discounted from the initial price, and I think for what you get content-wise, I think it is well worth it, especially for a whole card game that seems pretty well thought out. CD soundtrack, which there's enough space here that I think it won't damage anything here. And then this itself is just, mostly air and space. But let's go ahead and take a quick peek at Whether or not that DLC is in here, I'm guessing it is, and it was like a pre-order thing or like a first printing spiel. If I had trouble, okay. Game itself, and I know the security or the, I don't even know what this is called. And there it is. The game add-on was probably just first printing copies type of exclusivity, and I'm weird because I always put these right here. Really makes me feel like I opened it. And there's the game disc itself, which is of course on one disc because these are printed on Blu-rays. I will get that later and as soon as I can because I don't know how long this game is going to stay up on the store. Well guys, that's it for the Unicorn Overlord Monarch Edition for the Xbox Series X. If you want to stay up to date on my videos and live streams on both YouTube and Twitch, check out links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe, and consider joining. That's all for now, guys. Manjoume out. Link to this item will be in the description below. If I actually, does Woot let you do links?